Jake, what time is it?
Adventure time!
Yeah, boy! I gotta say, this is one of my favorite shows back in Cartoon Network. It was one of the GOATs.
I mean, heck, people think it was like the biggest out of Cartoon Network for that point.
I can see why. Like, it had a really good score and Rotten Tomatoes with 100%. It was like an OG show. I gotta say, this was like one of my 4 favorite shows, along with regular show, Ben 10, and Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah. Like I found some episodes like great here and there. I still did enjoy the show for how it is and everything, but it's one of the many shows I did shy away from, but still praise it to just be memorable.
Mm-hmm. It was also the theme song. It was also cool.
Yeah, what got me into it was mostly, of course, the promos. Mainly this kid dressed as Finn going around asking people what time it is.
Yeah, I remember that. I also remember they were selling like Finn's hats for sale, like as copies. I like that.
Yeah, speaking of which, what made it even much more epic was this kind of movie trailer-esque kind of trailer that just makes Adventure Time to be like the most epic thing you will ever see and everything.
Yep.
Like, you remember that?
Yes, I do, actually. I remember as a kid, it was either at my parents' house or my grandma's house. I just watched Adventure Time in my spare time, and it was like one of the best moments.
100% guaranteed. And another one was I kind of like the songs that introduces you to the characters and everything. Like, it's like, what time is it? Finn time. What time is it? Jake time. What time is it? Ice King time. And then it just sings the songs about the characters and everything.
Exactly, man.
Let's see what else was there.
Since you mentioned songs, one of the like the OG and noticeable ones is Baking Pancakes.
I mean, yes, and like even the name itself, it does sound something that you want to just enjoy.
Yeah, it was truly something. What do you call it? The show was so epic is that Cartoon Network had their own games of it. Like, do you remember the episode where Finn and Jake were playing this card game?
No, because like again, I kind of like disappeared from the show.
Oh, okay, because they actually made that into an app for the App Store.
Oh, that's nice. And speaking of games, yeah, while I was getting much more into the show during the time, I do remember it had like games on CartoonNetwork.com, like Righteous Quest. That was such awesome stuff.
Another game I liked from the App Store. So I downloaded this on my first iPad I had as a kid. It was an app for BMO, and you could basically like play on BMO how like Jake and Finn did it in the show. Play games, anything like that. Take pictures. It was epic.
Yeah, it does sound really epic. And I like it when you do those kind of things. It's like a simulation or something that comes like straight out of the show or movie or whatever.
Yeah. And Christian, what's your opinion about the show?
Well, back when I first watched it as a kid, I did enjoy it a bit, but then for some reason my parents wouldn't let me watch it anymore. I don't know what was the reason, because I was too young to remember. But then as I grew older, I figured out like why they don't let me watch it, because I saw some like parts of the show that were not too suitable for kids, so I could see why. But I do understand that it's a great show. It's like very popular, and even got its own spin-off on HBO Max, which we'll talk about the characters of the spin-off later. But yeah, I still think it's a good show, but it's not my favorite. No offense.
Not taken. But yeah, going back with Adventure Time, it was like the episodes, especially like what do you call it, when it comes to the holidays. The first Halloween episode, that was epic. Like what do you call it, when it went to like that mysterious mansion for a murder mystery, and the one where everybody turned into zombies.
That I remember the most. The zombie one.
In your opinion, Fresh, about it?
Yes, it's one of the best ones to kick off the series. It's I just really like how it's set.
And another one would be the Christmas one, where Finn and Jake are watching like tapes from like the Ice King on BMO, and learning about his backstory about how he was originally called a guy named Simon.
And yes, which we'll get to further on with his character about how he came to be. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, is there any episodes that you remember first? Because I basically will remember from all the seasons.
Oh, okay. Since like you're like the premature expert on this, and yeah. Oh, wait, yeah. My first episode, yeah, I started with Prisoners of Love and Tree Trunks. So that's how it all came to be.
Good one. And would you like to explain about Prisoners of Love and Tree Trunks?
Alright, so Prisoners of Love, it started off with Finn and Jake getting captured by Ice King and held hostage for the other princesses, and they tried to come up with a plan to free them. That's as simple as it is, but of course it just adds a little bit of flair to it by tricking Ice King into believing that everyone that thinks he's a great guy, but nope, he just gets his butt handed to him and everyone escapes. And Tree Trunks, yeah, Finn and Jake meet this elderly, nice elephant lady named, well, of course, Tree Trunks, and they're in need of creating, like, some apple pies, I believe. After a fly landed on one, they have to go out in search of some crystal edible, like, apple. And
yes, you're correct.
Yeah. And along the way, Tree Trunks is kind of getting a little bit on Finn's nerves to the point where he just snaps and breaks her heart, but they do make up in the end.
How would Tree Trunks get on Finn's nerves?
Well, she's just too nice. She just handles everything that's dangerous as like treatment for like how you would treat a kid. Like, oh, it's okay. Here, have this to make you happy.
I mean, in her defense, it's alright, but if it's like with Finn, then it's kind of complicated. But I gotta say, Tree Trunks was like one of the nicest characters in the show, as first said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and yeah, of course, she was very strict with her pies and everything. Oh, and I'll explain this later about her wedding, but yeah, she was really nice. And one of the few episodes I watched of Adventure Time was the episode called The Duke.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think I kind of remember a little bit. I was like, oh, geez, what happened to Bubblegum? What have you done? And then,
oh yeah, that I remember most very well. Because, yeah, there's just this random dude that's like sneaking about, and then Finn was like messing with these potions, and one of them looked like a boomerang, and then whoa, and to Bubblegum's bedroom, and then she became green and bald.
Yeah, and the guy you're referring to is the Duke of Nuts.
Yes.
Also, one of my favorite parts about that episode was the Juice Goose. He just had a silly voice.
Oh wait, don't you mean
like
Choose? You mean Choose?
Yes. Well, I'll explain it later, Christian, about the actor that played him, but it was just so goofy, and like there was just a lot about it. But yeah, just confronting about it at the end of the episode, and eventually meeting his wife, the Duke of Nuts' wife, and his son. Ooh, that was a little bit hard on him.
Let's see. Other different ones was like the first appearance of Marceline with Evicted, where of course the title suggests that like she kicks Finn and Jake out of their home because she carved her initial into it, and they have to find somewhere to find a new home.
Eventually, they find this cave, but apparently she owns that too. But luckily, they went back home.
Did she really own that tree, or she was just messing with them?
She actually owned that tree because in a backstory episode, her and her boyfriend used to live in that tree.
Oh, okay, so that clarifies. And we'll talk about Marceline in a bit, but I do remember ability that she can do, but we're not going to talk about her character just yet. There's one episode I want to talk about. I remember the one where Finn and Jake find this girl, ask because someone stole her basket and led them to a town where everyone is thieves.
Yes, the City of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Oh, but one I remember as a child. I know people like kind of got freaked out about this episode, but it was an episode called Ricardo the Heart Guy.
Ricardo.
What's that?
Yeah, like we explained. Like, remember when we talked about the Ice King's heart? Yeah, it came like he like from like an explosion from the Ice King to try and get princesses. His heart like had a mind of its own, and it was named Ricardio.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was something else, especially almost trying to kill Princess Bubblegum. But Ice King somehow, because Finn was beating the shit out of him, but the Ice King came just in time because he looked so weak without his heart, and he got his heart back. That's a lot.
Well, of course, you can't live without your heart.
Yeah, but that's not the last movie we saw of the heart. In later episodes, he appeared. Let's see here. Ooh, the memories of Boom Boom Mountain.
Ah, yeah, that one's that's an oofish one.
Yeah. It was something. But yeah, it's about this mountain that's getting emotional about like these warriors or something, like making too much noise. And
I've never seen this episode, but do you remember where Finn I got injured and these creepy clown nurses started kissing his feet?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was so like creepy and simpy for them.
I know. I was like, oh, why would they show that to kids?
Yo, especially the clowners. I was like, what the hell?
I mean, jeez. If my parents would saw me watching that, they would turn off the TV immediately.
Yeah, true. Let's see, another one's here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead with yours.
Oh, sorry, but I was gonna mention. Oh. That's where we find out that Finn's afraid of like the ocean.
Ah, that one. That's a hilarious one.
And then we learn about the Fear Feaster. Yeah, he had a cool voice regarding the actor that plays him, but yeah. But I found out why he's actually afraid of the ocean, because in later episodes, once we get into like Finn's backstory, then it explains why he's afraid of the ocean.
Ah, right. It's one of those things that you just gotta like learn to just eventually just yeah. Like I like it when you gotta learn about it.
Yeah. But go on with yours.
Like one of the many good ones, the Enchiridion.
Oh yes, you could forget about that. Would you like to explain?
Alright, so Finn and Jake set out to find the ancient book that holds like many different secrets or like awesome things or whatever, and they just encounter several different trials, like getting past an ogre, freeing these pixies who turn out to just be sadistic psychopaths, and defeating the like this evil dark magician guy.
Dark magician guy.
But I did like that character, the Keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked really fast and he was really funny, especially at the end when Finn actually punched him. He's like, "This is my pajamas." Good.
What was the episode called where Finn and Jake went to this wizard school and this the lead wizard was a frog, but his mouth inflates, but reveals to be talking tadpoles?
Okay, I think that was. Okay, it has to do something with like. Yeah.
It's legit called the Wizard.
Okay.
Yeah. I just checked. Well, I do remember that episode. Ooh. What that city. Another one I remember was the Gut Grinder.
Yes.
Ooh, when people assume that Jake is the Gut Grinder because he looks like the Gut Grinder, but finding out it was like the mayor's wife who has been doing it the whole time, stealing all the goods. What could you do? Oh, another episode is Donnie.
Yeah, didn't really like that episode. I mean, I didn't like the character, but I did like his voice, who we'll get it soon in the casting characters, but it didn't really work for me. He just ruined that episode for me.
Oh, yeah, I can agree with you with that. But just think about it a moment. There was a time where Jake and Finn actually helped somebody like change for a while, but of course he had to go through his old ways. But do you remember what happened in the end of the episode? Like what he said to Finn afterwards?
I mean, of course, like he did thank Finn, but once he saw him walking away, he said he will never forget him. But Bob was like, "I hate you."
Man. Do you remember the episode The Dungeon?
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, explain.
Alright, so I believe, of course, Finn has to find some ancient key and everything and fight through the many different parts of the dungeon. And yeah, it's a life or death situation. And it does get better when Jake comes along, and it gets much more better when Bubblegum like saves the day.
Yeah, good one. Another good one I would say is his hero.
Oh wait, is it because of Billy?
Billy! Oh man, I love Billy. He was awesome.
Oh yeah, he fought a bear.
He fought a bear. Yeah, who could forget about that? Yeah, but it is sad what happened to him. Like when he encountered a certain villain.
Yes.
Ooh, he just had to kill him and take his corpse for himself. Ooh, I hate to see that happen. Let's see, any other episodes you remember from season 1 fresh?
Oh yeah, there was Trouble in Lumpy Space, where Lumpy Space Princess accidentally bites Jake, and he slowly starts to evolve into a Lumpy Space person.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That is effed up.
I mean, but the behind the scenes says that a certain two awesome people had enjoyed talking like Lumpy Space people.
Let's see. What else is there? Oh, okay. Now I just remember. I was gonna say if it was that episode. Oh, okay, yeah. Do you remember the episode Death and Bloom?
Okay, isn't that the one where Peppermint Butler sends Finn and Jake to the underworld? I think.
Yeah, the Land of the Dead.
Right.
Yeah, and that's where we first get introduced to the character Death.
Yeah, and I always die at that one part where Finn and Jake were like, "We have to be really, really quiet," and then, Jake, I thought it would be funny.
Huh. Yep. Oh man. But it was shocking to know that Death knows Peppermint Butler personally.
Yeah, ultimately saved Finn's life, and I just like that kind of stuff. If you do know somebody, and they just let you go because of it. Oh wait, I gotta step out. I gotta go. Go.
Alright, so the next episode I wanted to talk about was the episode called Marceline's Closets. So,
and what's that one about?
So basically, Finn and Jake play a game called Cloud Hunt in Marceline's house, but they get trapped in their closet after she comes home.
Oh, that episode! And they try to sneak by, and then Jake saw her looking undressed and got so embarrassed.
Jake?
I'm Finn. Shoot, Finn.
Yeah. Yo, when Finn saw that, he was like, what have I just saw? Something beautiful or something terrifying?
What was that?
Or something beautiful, and it just got so embarrassed. But remember the iconic meme where they tried to stay quiet until a spider was on Finn's face, and then he tried to smack it off, and then spider landed on Jake's shoulder, and he bit it, and he's starts silent screaming.
Yes, that's the funniest part.
But my other funny part about that episode was when Jake actually got into the house and he was looking in the window with Finn. He transformed into Finn. It was funny too.
Oh yeah, I saw that on YouTube.
Man, overall that episode was pretty good actually. Let's see here, another one. Well, I'll search for another one. Do you have one first?
Yes. A decent one would be, what was it? Loyalty or royalty to the king. This episode where Ice King shaves off his beard and he begins to go as the nice king, and he starts to just having much more better luck with the princesses, and he has Finn and Jake to be his guards and everything. But once they go to his castle and sees all his, his beard, his beard shaven off, it was like the nice king is the Ice King, and then now fly, a liar, and then all the princesses beat him up.
Ice King the whole time.
What?
What happened?
I said they didn't realize that was not Ice King the whole time.
I mean, well, apparently not. But up until they just put on his shaven beard, like anyone with facials like this would look like the Ice King. Yeah, even the nice king. It's all about just the rhyme. That's all that was.
Yeah.
Well, there's an episode where Ben has a giant foot, and then there's like this two-headed monster, and they're on a catapult, and Jake hit the dude's crotch, and they're like, "Oh my crotch!"
Yeah, I'm like,
Freak
he got turned into a giant foot. It wasn't just his.
And I do believe, wasn't that the first appearance of Magic Man?
Yes, it is.
Magic Man! Man, nothing magic about him, he's bad.
But there is one thing magic about him, which we will get into, of course, obviously 100% infinity, like the 100 times we have to explain this.
Alright. But overall, I just like how they got their revenge on, of course, Magic Man.
But he did kind of set them back to normal despite being a perpetual jerk.
Yep. Another interesting episode is learning more about Marceline was memory of a memory.
Which one was that again?
And what was that about?
Okay, so basically, they Finn and Jake go into Marceline's dream to like awake her from the spell that was cast by her ex-boyfriend Ash.
Oh, wait a second. Is that where that dancing baby Finn meme came from?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that. I'm a top 10 baby. Could you imagine if Bubblegum saw that? Finn would be super embarrassed.
Like he won't be embarrassed by Mark. Oh, wait, go ahead, Bruce.
He would just do the iconic Finn scream like a girl. Go on, Fresh.
Which is reused a lot.
I mean, like, it wouldn't be any different for Marceline. I mean, like, all you did was just shut the door, but maybe you got a point there.
But yeah, as we
she already saw it, so she knows.
But as we go through her memories, one memory struck out was like where we see her dad eating her fries, where she got pissed at him.
Wow.
I mean,
you could have just asked, dude.
Well,
it was
once we tell you about the behind the scenes, you'll understand why too.
Yes. And then,
well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go off, but you guys continue. But when I come back from eating and watching the new movie I was telling Blitz about, I can come back and I can just help describe the characters once you get done with those.
That is, if you can, that is, because we don't got all of it.
That's alright.
Alright, see you later.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I was saying, what do you call it? So also in that episode, we learned that Dirtbag, Ash actually sold her beloved stuffed animal for a flower. For God's sake, that thing was with her since she was a child.
Yeah, I mean, not every character is gonna be all good, and it's just gotta that's called hate sync, where you just hate a character so much that they don't have any redeeming qualities. They're just there to make you hate them.
That's true. Oh, okay. Since we bring it up with Marceline's thing, remember the episode It Came from the Night Spear?
Yes.
Wait, we first get introduced to Marceline's dad, so would you like to explain?
Alright, so, of course, Marceline is not really happy to think about or even see her dad because of, the incident of him eating her fries. And, due to Finn just listening to how how her dad is brought in, he actually does do it, and he just begins to go around like stealing people's souls.
Yeah. Fun fact: as a kid, when I saw the episode, I actually drew the same things on a wall one time.
Oh my! Oh wait, speaking of which, that actually is inspired by. No wait. Oh wait, it was the cosmic owl that was like on a wall, but that's cool.
Yeah. Because I wanted to see, because as a kid, you always wonder, things you see in TV would actually happen in real life? Hell no. But it was still fun to draw on the wall. But what do you call it? One of my favorite scenes from that episode was when he encountered with the penguins.
Yes, and then afterwards, when he's scared, asking so much that he peed himself.
Yo, I remember when Gunther bitch slapped Marceline's dad. Wah, wah.
Keep your pencil. Gunther, who told you can fly? No one sucks the life of my penguins except me! Or polar bears, because that's just nature, Gunther. And then, you dare sink upon my ice domain! You will... Ah! I soil my tunic!
Yeah. Funny as shit. Man.
Oh, you remember the episode that
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. You were kind of glitching out. What happened?
You remember the episode The Eyes?
Eyes. If I could remember. Hold on, let me just do a recheck on that. The Eyes. Let me check. Oh, this one. Okay, yeah. Now I remember this one.
Yes, I get the feeling that we're being watched. And why is that horse staring at us? Up to find out. Oh no, wait, it's the Ice King in disguise.
Yeah. Ice King. You know, that kind of reminds me of a Powerpuff Girls episode. The same thing. It was kind of similar. Remember when the girls thought they were like winning the bed, but finding out it was Mojo Jojo?
Yes, I do.
Bro, and the fact that he pissed himself afterwards.
Yes.
Dude, what do you call it? I do remember another episode with Marceline's dad. What do you call it? Oh, wait, it was the episode Daddy's Little Monster.
Glad you explain, because again, you know how it is with me.
So basically, fun fact, this is a two-part episode. So the first part was the Nightmare of Night Spear. The Return of Night Spear, actually. And this was the second part, because it was talking about how Finn and Jake are attempting to rescue Marceline and find out, who's making her behave so strangely.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, it was so weird. Especially how they had to wait in the line for like many days just to visit Marceline's dad. Like months, days, holy shit, I feel bad for them.
Well, they endured even more stuff.
Yeah. And what do you call it? They found some bananas and they'd be eating the whole time, especially Jake, but finding out where the bananas actually came from.
And where did it come from?
They cough and shit them out, and Jake got so fucking shocked.
Ooh.
Yeah, not very good. Yeah. Man. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I have another one. Hold on, I'm just gonna search it up. Because it was a good one when I was a kid, and it explains more about the Ice King. Hold on. What was it?
Oh, I think I might know what it is.
Yeah. I just have to find the episode name so everybody knows what I'm talking about. I believe it was this episode. Was this actually the episode? I swear if it was. If this is the actual name of it. Hold on. Okay, so if you ever watched this episode, remember when Ice King got like involved in this thing where they were fighting off some like kind of wizard something kind of thing, and then he turned back into Simon.
Actually, I didn't, because again, like I gotta stop watching there.
So basically, he turned back to the Simon, and what do you call it? He regained his sanity, and he started like going back to his old ways for a while. And I was thinking, reading some books, and just thinking about Betty.
Wait, and you said for a minute because of course, like he has to go back to his usual personality because status quo is God. That's what they sometimes they do.
Yeah. Yeah, just learning more about Simon every second, and feeling more bad for the Ice King, as you know, because as a kid you would think Ice King is being a mean, like cold-hearted, like king, but you have to feel bad for him because of his past.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you call it? Speaking of the Ice King's past, I know we're not in characters, but I do remember this. You remember those episodes where it showed like the backstory of Marceline and the Ice King?
Well, yeah. Like I saw clips, but maybe sometime I'll be able to just like pick up where I left off at.
But it was so like heartwarming because learning that everything was going in chaos and that they were the only two people like around that time, and then like him just taking care of her as a child, it was something truly great.
I mean, yes, like I enjoyed that too, which is also similar to somebody else who know each other in real life.
Yes. Let's see here. What do you call it? Oh, would you like to talk about the first appearance of a certain villain?
Certain. Does this villain have to come after the letter K?
I mean, he's a skeleton who has dark powers.
Okay, like I can't really remember much, but when I did see him, I was like, "Whoa, the show is darker than I thought."
And the fact that he killed Billy, I still can't forgive him because of that.
Yes.
Man. What was it? What do you call it? What was your opinion about the Lurch?
Wait, Lurch. I thought, like I don't remember him like from the Addams Family crossing over with Adventure Time because I thought it was Lich.
Oh, okay. Again, it's been a while. Sorry.
No, it's alright. It's cool. I mean, but yes, he is like one of the most like famous Cartoon Network villains. I'll give it that.
And it makes sense for the actor that plays him because he's played multiple villains in the past.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Man. Do you remember the episode with Jake's brother Jerome?
The only time I saw him was in a no wait. It was an episode that was like Jake was kind of causing Finn pain, and it flashed back to him with his brother like knocked out because he like beat him up or something like that. And then his dad was like, "I'm sorry, Dad." And be like, "I don't want to hurt people." Well, son, you're gonna hurt everybody.
Yeah. Man. I mean, but Jake's still good in hearts. And speaking of Jake, there was an episode where it actually explains why Jake is the only one that could shapeshift in his family.
Oh, and care to explain?
So basically, what do you call it? Jake's mother was pregnant with him and Jerome, but what do you call it? Oh, wait, no. She was only pregnant with Jerome. But what do you call it? They encountered this monster. It was called Warren Emerson. It was a blue, like, stretchy, like, shapeshifter, like, blue monster with, like, I would say 5 eyes, yes. And he basically attacked, Jake's dad, which gave the birth of Jake, today.
Oh, wait a second. I think I might have saw him before. I was like, why does he kind of look like a blue spider?
Yeah. Dang. But hey, that's another thing I like about Adventure Time. Them telling like backstories, unlike other shows would do.
Oh, yes. It just really, I guess it's like one of those many things to just try at least make it relatable. And it's also one of the many shows that you think it might be weird and bizarre, but deep down it's really much more emotional than you think it is.
Yes. And if we're gonna go like down to this path a little bit more, so okay, let me go here. Oh, okay. So I'm just finding it out. Aha! So I did find it. So there's an episode where they actually found Finn's real dad.
Oh yes, I have heard.
Yeah, and to find out that his dad is actually a scumbag, because as Finn and Jake released him, he left without Finn, and this has caused like Finn. Because remember, this is around the time Finn had like that leaf sword. Remember?
Yes.
And that caused him to like have like this whole undergrowth thing on his like arms, like rip off, and then now he has no like arm.
Well, I mean, like he did. I mean, like when you said like now he has no arm, but a replacement, you mean, right?
Well, yeah, because remember he has a robot arm now.
Yes.
Currently.
Because like when you say, because I know you said like it's been a while, but like well, it's important to just piggyback on stuff.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah. I mean, all this and this ditching your son who was trying to find you all these years, like, really, scumbag.
I mean, like, that's some straight up Sid's family right there because of, like, abandonment for no freaking reason.
Yeah. Okay, there's an episode I saw in later seasons about the origins of how Finn's mom and dad actually met.
So
you want to hear?
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, Finn's mom was a kind of a scientist, and she was working out of city. Like that was not the ooze, but yeah, she was very smart. And then she met Finn's father, and of course they got along with each other. And then eventually they got married, and eventually Finn was born, and they were a happy family for a while until there was some people looking for Finn's mom.
Jeez.
You know what that kind of gave me vibes of? Mona Simpson from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah, that was so true. I mean, like, tear-jerking.
So while she was trying to like do her own thing, Finn and his father was trying to escape because Finn was a baby at the time. So they escaped on a raft on the ocean. But eventually, these people came back and looked for him. So he had to ditch Finn, so Finn wouldn't like get caught with him. And Finn was basically by himself in the ocean, the raft. That explains, why he's afraid of the ocean.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, but hey, at least he got found by Jake's parents.
Yes, luckily.
Yeah. I swear, like with these backstories with Adventure Time and like how like emotional you get, and like it's just like very sad, but you can learn more from it. That's what I can tell you.
Yes.
But there's actually an episode where Finn and Jack actually visit the city that Finn's mom worked, but finding out they kind of find the original one because after all the years Finn has grown up, there's multiple like clones or robots of her like over the city.
Whoa. Okay, that gives me some freaking clone crisis from Spider-Man type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say something. Okay. So since we're going to like characters wise and everything, remember Susan?
Okay. I believe, isn't she
She's the one that wears like a hat over her head.
Oh, Susan Strong, yes. Because if you say her last name, then yes, Susan Strong, yes.
What was your opinion about her in her first appearance?
Yeah, I found her like very, very fascinating. It's like it kind of like I mean, like even though it would have turned out better for her and her people when like they were like, we're going to like eat everybody aside from Striped Man, but it could. It's because moments like that, it just made me just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god. Oh, go ahead.
No, go on. This is like the shocker though.
Oh, it was like oh god, like this, like these things are not really going to turn out well. Like you think you meet somebody and it's all cool, but then when everyone gets involved, it's a problem.
Yeah, basically. But the shock was in later seasons.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because you know that cat hat she wears over her head. So in this one episode, it actually got off like our head, and find out there's like some robot shit on her head.
Jeez.
Exactly, dude. Oh man. But still, I like Susan. She was fine.
Yes.
Let's see here. You remember this episode called Web Weirdos?
Okay, like, I think I might have seen it like one time. Yeah, one time, but yeah, a certain special somebody that was pleasant to see, but good to know that Ed turned out to be just a little bit of a good guy at the end, if I remember.
Yes, he was. Because especially when his wife was birthing a lot of babies, I was like, oh my god, that's a lot. Because at the time, this is one of the few times I learned that spiders can birth a lot of children.
I guess rabbits aren't the only one.
Yeah. Let's see, any other OGs that you remember from Adventure Time?
Okay, let's. Oh wait, remember the Jiggler?
The Jiggler. Yeah. Wait, call it. What was that one about? I might remember.
Finn and Jake find this like little whistling creature, and they can do all these kind of like awesome things.
No, I know what you're talking about because I just searched up the picture. Yeah, and when like it would squirt out juice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta say that was one of my favorite episodes. I was like, "What the hell is going on with this?"
Yeah.
Especially with the Jiggler's mother, I'm like, "The hell?"
Not really my strong ones too, but my most favorite, of course, was like when Finn, Jake, and the Jiggler were just dancing together, and that was just the only good thing for me.
You remember the episode Too Young?
I see. The first appearance of a lemon grab.
Unacceptable.
But yes, I do.
Yeah, and it was so shocking to find out in a later episode that Princess Bubblegum actually made the Earl of Lemongrab.
Yeah, it's right in the title of said episode.
Yeah. But yeah, during the stages of like Princess Bubblegum being like young at the time, her and Finn were actually getting closer as you think.
Oh, okay. When you put it like that, you mean
like as friends, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. But goddamn, before this all happened, the episode where they were trying to like, get her back as her normal self at the time, and revealing that she was young to everybody else, and they were all shocked. Especially the Ice Cream was shocked. He was like, man, and he just like dipped.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing, because evil needs to have standards. Because if he were to do that would make him a pedo.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they were smart for this. Like, this is one of the few things Adventure Time was smart about. Unlike DS' like, projects from Nickelodeon.
And, of course, that was one of the most traumatizing things I've ever saw. I was like, oh my god, what happened to her? Is she gonna die?
Yeah. But luckily, in the episode Too Young, at least she transformed back.
Well, yes, but her real age, I mean, once we get into the character section, just shocked me.
Yeah. And I remember, Princess Bubblegum also made, Lemon Grab a second, Lemon Grab for him.
Is he Lemon Hope or Lemon John or?
If I go here, no, legit, his name is the second Earl of Lemon Grab.
Oh.
Yeah, but I know who you're talking about, Lemon Hope. I remember him, and I saw that one episode where he was going on his own adventure.
And how'd that go?
Yeah, it was truly something, because it's not normally you see Finn and Jake every day, but an episode dedicated to him, it was really awesome.
Oh, well, glad to see how it turned out for him, because I think, like, when he was explaining himself to Princess Bubblegum, he said something like, I'm called hopeless, or something like that, which was like, geez, that's deep.
Hey, Lemon Grab, guess what? You really smell like dog buns.
And then,
man, that's Some hilarious shifts. But eventually, later in the episodes of Lemongrab, it got really dark.
How?
Because in chaos, he became fat and learned that he's been eating too much, and apparently he ate the second Earl of like Lemongrab.
Oh, that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's alright, but he spit him out. Like, he was trying to get out, that's why. I just gotta say, Lemongrab was like one of those characters you remember from the show, but like was like very dark and crazy.
So, yeah, I mean, like, existent, one of those characters that you just love to hate. That's the purpose.
But hey, he's still funny, especially when he says unacceptable.
Yes.
Let's see. Any other ones from you?
Let's see. We did that. The Witch's Garden, where this witch accuses Jake of eating one of her donuts, and when he actually did, she strips him of his magical powers.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Let's see, like other different ones. Let's see, Kings. Oh, now. No, wait. Oh, wait, we said that. No, wait. It was the Silent King. Yeah, the Silent King. It was after, like, when Finn and Jake saved these goblin village from this jerk of a king called Exergiok. Finn becomes a new king, and he just really just wants to just help people, make peace. But their goblin people are just stricken from the trauma of the abuse they suffered from Exergiok.
Yes. Can I also talk about one thing?
Go ahead.
The, like, evolution of Finn's swords. Because you gotta admit, the first one, the golden one, was awesome.
Yes, yeah, it was like one of the coolest things I ever saw in Adventure Time.
But eventually, through the evolution, he had to get a sword every time. Like, if I go back to history, the second sword he got was the root sword in the episode The Mystery Train.
Wait. You sure? Because I was like, I think he used just like his trademark sword the first time, because I remember seeing the episode, like, Mystery Train. We're talking about the same one with his birthday and everything.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's the same episode.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he just uses his sword that he has, like with the black and gold with the red gem inside the pommel.
It said here he finds the sword on a caboose of the train and uses it to attack the conductor.
I mean, like, I guess I kind of like, I know I've seen that episode multiple times, but I think I kind of like forgot about it or something.
But one of the coolest swords, in my opinion, was the Demon Blood Sword, the red one.
Ooh.
Yeah, because this is actually going back to Jake's dad, Jake and Finn's dad, actually. And it was the episode called Dad's Dungeon.
And how did that go?
Jake feels confident that when his father forces him to try and hold Finn back to in a dungeon, that makes him toughen him up. So basically, it's a dungeon that his dad visited, but him and Finn want to like go see what's up with it, and that's where we learn about how his dad actually fought a demon and made it into a sword, and Finn got it to obtain it.
Oh, I can see how it can be awesome now.
Yeah. And again, with the grass sword, yeah, that Finn got and then eventually lost it, it was alright. But what was so badass was when Finn officially got his own sword, called the Finn sword, the white one.
Oh, yeah, that does sound like honorable. And wait, speaking of, I was just wondering, how exactly did the grass sword work? I mean, despite it being made of grass, like, how was it any good?
Okay, so you know those slap-on wristbands you had as a kid?
Yeah.
So basically, it would be on his arm, and when he needed it, he would just flick it like that.
That's it?
Yeah. And it would just stay in his arm every time, and then when he needs it, he just flicks it out of his arm.
And like, was it like, how did it manage to like do some damage? Because, well, it's still a sword. Like, how will it be able to like do that?
Okay, so it says here, the grass sword first appeared in the episode Blade of Grass, where it comes to replace the broken demon sword. Finn buys the grass sword for $3 from the grassy wizard. Finn discovers that the sword is cursed when it begins following him around and tries to bind it to his body. When he accepts the sword's curse, he gains greater control over his abilities. Finn wore it around his arm and could extend it into a sword as well. And ultimately ripped his arm, Finn's arm, when he was trying to. Yeah, it basically explains what I was saying. So he bought it from a wizard, basically. Remember that?
I mean, like I don't.
Yeah, that's alright. But nothing could beat the OG Golden Sword.
Yes.
Yeah. But speaking of Mystery Train, would you like to explain?
Ah, yes, it's Finn's birthday, and somehow this conductor comes along, and he just acts all weird and creepy, like Finn suggests later on. So everyone just rides along, and then they start going off one by one, and it's up to Finn and Jake to wonder who is the murderer behind this mystery. And then it all goes down to like Finn and Jake, and then once Jake is seemingly dead, Finn goes after him, goes after the conductor, and before he could kill him, the conductor is going to be Jake the whole time, just set up for a special surprise party. And I just enjoy how it's really well done, but it's kind of a little bit cool and disturbing how Jake was able to just do that. Like, standing on top of his freaking eyes with that, like, and that's how I just like about Jake, being able to just stretch forever, or how much he can without any limits.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
But I gotta say, that was really good, like, prank they did on Finn, especially on his birthday. I gotta say, it's really clever. Yeah. Also, another episode I found interesting was the first gender bend episode with Fiona and Cake.
Ah, yes, I like that. Because I think it was like called Rule 63 or something like that, where, of course, you just have to just have male characters or female characters be gender bent and see how it works out. And it was one of the most interesting things I've ever saw on there.
Yeah, and I thought it was really interesting because when it comes to episodes like this, it kind of reminds me of the episode of Johnny Test.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So basically, it's a story about how everybody is like gender bent. Like, Finn and Jake would be Fiona and Cake. Princess Bubblegum would be Prince Gumbo. And yeah, there was a lot with the first episode, especially with the Ice Queen. But finding out the truth about how it was just all a story by the Ice King.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the whole time we see like Fiona and Cake episodes, it was actually written by the Ice King.
Jeez, no, who knew he could just come up with something like that?
Yeah. But have you seen the episode where it was just Fiona and Marshall Lee?
No.
It's basically your standard Finn and Marceline episode, but it's his gender bend, which is pretty interesting.
Yes.
Let's see here, but I was really shocked to find out, currently of this year they made it into their own show.
Oh, all right, yes. So I've heard like from other people again, just. Still wondering how it was really gonna sit with people to just get the charm of Adventure Time, of course.
I mean, yeah. Well, I don't mind. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks really interesting. Yeah. Man. Let's see here. Any other episodes before we go on to gas?
Let's see. Jake versus Meow.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Jake versus Meow?
Oh, okay, explain.
Okay, so like, there's an assassin on the loose who's out to kill Wildberry Princess, and it's up to Finn and Jake to find out who it is. It's ultimately revealed to be this tiny cat. And like she threatens to kill Jake with poison if she's ever found out. So of course, like Finn being kind of a little bit of an ignorant hero, bitch. Well, you know how he is. He just starts to suspect that Jake is acting weird and trying to make Wildberry Princess feel a lot like uncomfortable and stuff. But then after once Meow reveals herself and fights off Finn, she supposedly kills Jake, but Of course, like since he's a magic dog, everything turns out better.
Yeah. Also, I just remember another one I saw as a kid. You remember with Lady Renicorn, with the first appearance of her parents? You ever seen that episode?
Yes, I did.
Dude, that was torturous.
Yeah, I did. It's not really one of my favorite ones, but I'm glad that everything turned out well in the end.
Do you remember when she had that English translator on her neck?
Yes, I do.
Bro, it was really good to see her speak English once. I don't mind her Japanese voice. It's really nice. But it was really interesting, especially when it was a male voice.
Yeah. Even if like old man kind of like is a little bit off-putting, but still, like what you said.
Yeah. My two favorite people. Oh yeah, speaking of that, you remember Tiffany?
Tiffany, perfect.
Tiffany, who can ever forget? Yeah, because Jake was getting so jealous of Lady Renicorn and Finn hanging out that he started to find his new friend named Tiffany.
Yeah, like those kind of situations about being kind of a little bit of a third wheel, even if you have a freaking girlfriend, but come on.
Another thing I liked about this with Jake and Lady Renicorn's relationship is that they had kids.
Yes, that was pleasant.
Yeah, man, and Jake turned out to be a really great father, you know. Even this first appearance of his kids, I was like, oh my god, Jake, you're a daddy now! Yeah. And then, you know what's so cool? It's that throughout the show, and the years the show has passed, his kids actually grew up, and that was really cool to see.
And how did they turn out?
Good, like some of them did. Like some of them got jobs, some of them are doing their own projects, and it's something interesting to see. I remember the first episode they appeared in, Finn and Pima was visiting them for the first time, and Finn had Uncle written by him, but it was backwards.
What?
Oh man. Good times. Well, that's about it from my side. I know I can explain more. It was like awesome to me.
Well, yes, I couldn't agree more. Like I said, everything that I had to say.
Yeah, I know that I've seen it a lot, but I think I can stop from there. I know there's other memorable episodes, but it's just like there's a lot of good episodes, a lot of bad episodes, and some just amazing ones, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree with you.
And now to the cast.
Yeah.
Now with the cast. So before we talk about the cast, can we talk about the origins of how Adventure Time came to be? So before it was supposed to be in Cartoon Network, there was a promo that was supposed to be on Nickelodeon at the time.
Yes, but unfortunately, for some reason, they decided that it would be better for Cartoon Network. I don't really remember what was the reason why.
Oh, I remember the reason why. So they chose Fanboy and Chum Chum over this.
Oh, thanks for that.
No problem. But yeah, when I saw the Nickelodeon version of like how they made like these characters, it was something like interesting because of pilots and everything. You know how characters go like with different changes of designs. It was kind of interesting.
Of course, yes, different designs and different voices for that matter.
Yeah, and that's where we bring Finn the Human, voiced by Jeremy Shada.
Originally voiced by his older brother Zach Shada in the pilots before Adventure Time was even a thing, but yes, both brothers did excellent, but we all know that Jeremy is the GOAT.
Exactly, and this was my introduction to Jeremy.
Same here.
And I also got introduced to another Cartoon Network show called Incredible Crew. Man, it was so cool. But with Jeremy playing Finn over the years, especially when he got through puberty, that's really rare to see. Is because usually when boys go through puberty with certain like cartoon characters, they just switch actors. But with Jeremy, it was acceptable. I liked it.
And another reason how it worked, because Finn aged alongside with him. That's what made it work. That's why he stuck around so much. Because if you do age along with your character, then you can still be able to stick around. But what you said, of course, it may be like common here and there, but it's kind of like a little bit challenging or testy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but still, Jeremy as a little kid, and I remember in the behind the scenes with him and John DiMaggio, because he explained a story about when he first saw John DiMaggio, he was a little kid, he was like, "Hi!" He was so nervous when he recorded his lines for Finn. But over the time, him and John had like a good time.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too with the cast. What made it so believable or made it much more, of course, wholesome is the entire cast recorded their dialogue together, kind of like a radio show.
I like that. Because whenever you do a movie with certain like celebrities for an anime movie, they would like do it like separate. But with cartoons, they do it together, which I like better.
Yes, I like it too.
But for Finn, man, I gotta go with Finity because he's like one of the funniest characters in Cartoon Network.
Yes, he may have his moments where he could just be a little bit of an airhead, but yeah, that is part of a character, part of growth. But he still manages to be like a brave, noble, strong hero.
Especially when he screams like a little girl.
Yeah, especially that right there. Because when I heard him scream like that in the later seasons, I'm like, what? Like, how did you manage to make something that funny?
Yeah. But look at Jeremy now. He's married and he's doing amazing things, especially with music.
User.
Yeah. Next up, we got Jake the Doggy, voiced by John DiMaggio.
The only guy who stuck around ever since the pilot.
Yeah, and this was my introduction to John DiMaggio.
Yes, yeah, I believe so too, and I believe that he is kind of like the reason why I kind of like got introduced to everybody else, like who was a part of either Adventure Time or other different stuff.
True. But with Jake the Dog, it was like one of the nicest and like heartwarming characters John has played. Like he's like one of my favorites.
And another reason why, because describing the voice as giving himself a hug.
Yes, I did see that video. Because he was doing a video describing how Bender and Jake are like totally different characters. And yeah, I did like how he described it as that.
Yeah, of course, what I did like most about him is, of course, well, his stretching powers, kind of like, like Crypto with Mr. Fantastic's powers, and, well, describing as a 20-something-year-old dude who gives bad advice, giving that type of vibe of being Finn's adopted brother and best friend to the end. It's really great.
Yeah. But I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what Ice King means?
Yeah, I know what Ice King means. A big nerd.
Man, that never gets old.
Yes.
But with again with John playing Jake, and then with other roles he played, with Ram, Bender, Marcus Phoenix, Aquaman, he truly has one of the best talents.
I couldn't agree more. Again.
Yeah. What time is it?
Time for you to shut up.
That there is how I got introduced to John DiMaggio as a whole. When I saw the video on YouTube on 2020, I was like, whoa, I never knew this happened, but it was so cool to me.
Well, I'm glad for you.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for that video, John DiMaggio would have been my first favorite voice actor.
Yes, that is yes, some bold stuff.
Yeah, for Jake, Infinity, man, he's just awesome.
Yes, Infinity.
Alright, next up, Princess Bubblegum, voiced by Hidden Walsh. Yeah, so before knowing about Teen Titans, this was my introduction to her.
Same as you?
Yeah, Princess Bubblegum, yeah. She is very nice, especially in the first season when Finn was trying to, trying to ask her out or something like that, or trying to be very nice, It's just funny every time, especially when she made this butt joke about it. And she said, "Hey, Finn, do you want to go or something?"
Yes.
Man. But Princess Bubblegum, over the years, yeah, I gotta say, she did prove a lot, especially her relationship with Marceline. That shocked me.
I mean, might as well just shout everyone because, of course, it's exceptional. It's exceptional now in real life.
Well, yeah, I don't mind it. It's actually really cool. But yeah, she does prove to be a good warrior too at times. Whenever she has to like be with Finn and Jake, I just she's just a very good character. One of my favorites from Hilden. Affinity for me. Your opinion?
Yeah. Like, while she may have like this kind of like a this princess authority like vibe, while also being just sweet here and there. It just kind of like shocked me a little bit when it turns out that it's much more darker. It may be from like One Up Binge or like all those other ranking like good to evil type of things. It just shocked the mess out of me because I'm like, what? Why would she want to like do stuff like that? But I guess it's just people's opinions, or if that is true. But I still think that she's a good character.
Mm-hmm. And your ranking?
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Alright. Next up, the Ice King, aka Simon. Would you like to explain your opinion first?
Yeah. At first, yeah, like Ice King is mostly like the reason how I became friends with one of my friends from school, Danica. Like, ever since like when Ice King did that dance when Finn failed to just like I don't know, hit him with his flute and it broke apart. I did the dance and it amused her so much we became friends. And well, Ice King as a character, yes, thought to be one of the big bads of Adventure Time, but found out there's much more to him. He wasn't always like that. It wasn't intention to be evil. He has a very Mr. Freeze type of story.
Yeah. Oh wait, that actually makes sense. Yo, I didn't think about that. Thanks.
Oh wait, it took you this long?
No, because the backstory of Mr. Freeze. Because I only got introduced to his backstory in the animated series and the Harley Quinn series. But thank you for bringing that up.
Oh no issue.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole situation of how he became, because he used to be a guy named Simon and found the Ice King's crown, and then he became all crazy, especially the backstory of him and Betty. But the backstory of him and Marceline, as we said before, is in related to real life. Would you like to explain?
Yeah, because similar to what happened with Rob Paulson and Mae Whitman knowing each other ever since when Mae was very young and stuff. The same thing happened with Tom Kenny and Olivia Olsen.
Yes, which was really cool.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
With Tom Kenny voices the Ice King, who knew SpongeBob could be like an Ice King? Who knew that? But yeah, he's like one of my favorite characters that he's played. He's very funny, and whenever he tries to be evil, it's still funny at the end. And other characters Tom Kenny has played is of course Gunter, which he also is also funny, and Magic Man.
Right. Yeah, yes. Who could have? Yeah, Magic Man, of course, just existing to just enjoy being a jerk to everyone, and all with just a smile. Like, it just sees no issues with that at all. Oh wait, he also was starchy.
Yes. But what I gotta say about the Ice King with Tom Kenny, he used a very similar voice for Starscream from Transformers Animated, if you can hear it.
Oh yes, I definitely do.
Yeah, but for the Ice King, just hearing his backstory and what kind of villain he is today, I can still accept him. I give him Infinity. He's just one of the best.
Yes, Infinity too. You could also say Penguin too. They also have the same voice, sounding.
Yep. All right. Next up, since we mentioned her, Olivia Olsen as Marceline. Go ahead.
Yeah, during the time, I found her to be one of the more attractive characters. I was like, oh crap, she's just gonna be just
fresh.
What?
Nothing. Go on.
Because it was like, okay, this is interesting, a female villain, but it was like, well, she's not really evil at all. She has a little bit of a Catwoman vibe to her, maybe something, but she does turn out to be a really awesome friend. I just really like her design and her acts and yeah, I found her fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, with Marceline, it kind of got iffy with me because when I first saw her, I was like, oh, she's just made me to like Finn and Jake. But finding out she's actually really cool, especially her moments with Finn, and they had like a really fun, and learning about her ex-boyfriend and why she is like what she is and like and everything. But ever since she met Finn and Jake, she just became this very awesome character to everybody.
And of course, like we discussed about her eventual relationship with Bubblegum, yeah, it's very, very wholesome. And, well, what I kind of did like about her, I was like, I always liked how she would change, like, her appearance, like, every now.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. But I did like this fun fact, though. What do you call it? The actor that played Marceline's father, her actual father, Martin Olsen.
Yes, right. Because of course, similar to Marceline and Hudson, Martin also kind of like eats his daughter's like food in real life too, which kind of inspired that.
Damn. This is what like with Martin. It was one of my first introductions to it, but another one was surprisingly SpongeBob. Yes,
that too. The chief in the episode where SpongeBob and friends become superheroes. Exactly.
Gets me every time. Mm-hmm. What do you call it? For Marceline's dad? I give it a 5 out of 10. He's not like one of the best dads out there.
Oh yes, I agree with you. But for Marceline, Infinity.
Yes, Infinity. All right. Next up, Lady Rainicorn and BMO, voiced by Nikki Yang.
Oh yeah, for BMO, yeah, BMO, he like, oh yeah. What was interesting is like the gender it can be either like he or she depending on the mood. But if you just call it, then it just kind of makes it much more easier. But nevertheless, it remains one of the cutest characters that you would ever want to just adore.
Exactly, because with BMO, he's a really cool character, especially when they were playing games on him. He does have his funny moments here and there. What do you call it? Have you ever seen the episode where BMO actually meets the creator that made him?
No.
Yeah. And fun fact, the creator was voiced by, what was his name? Who was the voice of Sunny from...
what, Class of 3000?
Wait, what you said?
Like you said Sunny, so I was like saying like Class of 3000?
No, Sunny from Cocoa Puffs. What was his actor's name?
Chuck McCain.
Yeah, he voiced BMO's creator.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then with Lady Rainicorn, yeah, her speaking Japanese all really, I didn't mind. I just like those moments with her and Jake, and especially with her kids, it was nice.
Yeah, a little away from the mic a little.
What happened?
Yeah, you kind of went far away from the mic a little bit.
Okay. What I was saying is, Lady Rainicorn, I don't mind with her because she was speaking Japanese, but I didn't mind. But what do you call it? I just like this moments with her, Jake, and her kids, which was really heartwarming in my opinion.
Yes. I mean, like it's really great to just see how the characters go with their relationships, if it goes good or toxic. But they did manage to work it out, and well, I'm happy for them.
Yeah. So for both BMO and Lady Rainicorn, I give them both Infinity classic characters.
Agreed.
All right. Next up, Lumpy Space Princess.
Yeah, it just really shocked me to discover, of course, the creator. When you're a creator of your own show and you want to just do whatever you want to do, yeah, when it comes to voicing characters, of course. And Pendleton, like, he did prove to be, like...
Hold on, BRB.
Yeah.
The character we left out on was Lumpy Space Princess. Okay.
Alright, it's on.
Alright, so Finn being the main protagonist, what were your thoughts about Finn when you first watched him?
Well, we already explained our opinions. It's all up to you, buddy.
Well, I don't know your opinions because I wasn't there.
Oh, for the love of God.
Okay, so Finn, the human, yeah, he was one of the best cartoon characters, as I said. You know, he went through a lot of development throughout time, especially his voice actor, Jeremy Shada, voicing him as a kid, and now, yeah, I'm very surprised about Jeremy Shada, that he's like one of the few lucky ones to still voice like a character over the years.
Yeah, just like Steven Universe's voice actor Zachary something.
Yeah.
But man, Finn went through a lot of stuff. Like he lost his arm, he had to replace it with a robotic one.
Yes.
I mean that's rough, but yeah, he's an alright character. He went with a lot of adventures, and he had a lot of love interests, and he's basically the Spider-Man, if you know what I mean.
When it comes to like love interest, if that's what you were going for.
Yeah.
But overall, Finn is an okay character. I'm still bummed that he lost his arm, but at least he got a really good robot arm that is very useful. So I give him a 9.
Alright, reasonable. Okay, next with Jake.
Alright. John DiMaggio hits one of his best roles. He has an awesome ability to shapeshift at any will. Of course, he does have a limit, because there's an episode where these little creatures like I want to go to like some location, and they have to say Jake 3 times to get him to do something, and he like stretches so far he can like make it.
Yeah.
And also, there's an episode, I don't know what was, that he actually turned into a 5-eyed blue creature. That's actually his true form.
Well, yes, because that's the origins of how Jake was born.
Yeah. But yeah, again, one of John DiMaggio's best roles. I give him a 10 out of 10. He did a really good job with him.
True that. Alright, next up with Princess Bubblegum.
Okay. It took me a long time to realize that was Starfire's voice actress voicing her, and it was just really surprising. Hidden Walsh did really good, but for Princess Bubblegum, she's an alright character, but she's a bit difficult. Like, I know she's the first love interest of Finn, but how would I describe it? Well, let me hear your opinions first.
Okay, so my opinion was, I don't mind with Princess Bubblegum. Well, yes, there are moments where it could go a little bit difficult with her and Finn, but she's a proud Finn, I would say. But especially whenever she's not a princess and she goes all warrior mode on, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, so she's basically Princess Peach in a Super Mario movie, in a way.
Both pink. Yeah. Good one.
And also, what was the episode where she had to become a 13-year-old?
I remember the second one. It was called Too Young, but let me just search it up right now. Let's see here.
Wasn't it called like Morality Recoil or something like that?
I think it was. Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me just double check. Actually, it was called Mortal Recoil.
Well, yeah, close.
That's right.
But man, the fact that she was temporarily a 13-year-old girl, that's gotta be rough. But I'm glad she was back to normal. But yeah, she's an okay character. It's a mix between my liking, but I'll give her an 8. But I still like Hidden Walsh. Wasn't her?
Who doesn't? She's the best. Let's see here. Okay, the next one is the Ice King.
Yes, the main antagonist of the show, well, one of the main antagonists, but is he really a main antagonist?
Dude, okay, look, this is how it starts out. It starts out being a villain, but once you know much more about them, they become more sympathetic.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So yeah, one of Tom Kane's best roles is like one of my introductions to Tom Kane, besides SpongeBob, of course, Starscream. But yeah, it took me a long time to know that Starscream I'm talking, because I was a kid, like I was not big on voice acting back then. I was no expert, but man, he did really good. And the fact that other than Spin, who has like a couple of love interests, I see has like a real obsession with princesses.
Yeah, but there are funny moments with the Ice King and his penguins, especially with Gunter.
Yeah, and the fact that he didn't know that Gunter was a female.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. Okay, so we did talk about how it was originally going to be a Nickelodeon, but we didn't talk about the actor that originally played him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was originally John Cassier in the Nickelodeon version of the pilot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see Adventure Time suitable for Nickelodeon.
Because the reason they didn't pick Adventure Time on Nickelodeon was because they chose that over Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Wow, that was a bad decision.
But hey, it was a good decision too, because if it wasn't on Cartoon Network, it wouldn't have like a lot of good stories, backstories. It's like the friendship at the end of the day.
Okay, that's true, but I mean, playing Fanboy Chum Chum on Nickelodeon is just like a really bad show. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the cast in Fanboy Chum Chum, but still sucked. But back to Ice King, yeah, there's more to him than meets the eye, because he used to be someone different.
Huh, nice Transformers animated reference.
What do you mean?
Hello, more than meets the eye?
Yeah, you sung it the intro.
God frickin' dang it. I didn't even pay attention to that, but yeah, he used to be a man named Simon, what's his last name?
Petrikov.
Thank you, Petrikov. Until he found a magical crown, and we wore it for so long, it changed him over time, so that's where he became the Ice King.
Yes, and we did explain about his backstory with his girlfriend at the time, Betty.
And she is really pretty, especially in the spinoff, but man, it's really sad that with her and him and stuff. But yeah, he's a really great character, Ice King / Simon. I give him a 10 out of 10.
Okay. Next up, Marceline the Vampire Queen.
Yeah, for hers, they didn't know like how to like be friends with her, because you know she was like being very not hostile, territorial. Yeah, that's the word I'm thinking of. Territorial, because you know the tree used to be her and stuff. And she has a unique ability. Instead of blood, she actually like drains specifically red coloring.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's a daughter of this vampire dad dude, and that's a bit of an issue. But she's an alright character, and she became the vampire queen later on.
She was already.
Oh no, go ahead first.
No, never mind.
I was going to tell Christian about the fun fact about her father being played by Olivia Olsen's real father.
How ironic that is. The fact that they got Olivia Olsen's father to... That's smart. But were you shocked to see that they made Marceline and Bubblegum a couple?
Actually, to be honest, as a kid, I actually saw that happening, because there were episodes where they actually hang out, and it was kind of hinting that.
Wow.
But in my opinion, they make a good couple.
Yeah. All except for in the spin-off, there alternate version of them, evil version of Marceline called Star for some reason, and then eye patch wearing Bubblegum. So yeah, relationship issues. But Marceline was my introduction to Olivia Olsen. The other was Vanessa from Phineas and Ferb. And boy, Olivia is a really good voice for Marceline. And yeah, she's not a bad character. 10 out of 10.
True that. Let's see here. Other characters you may be familiar with. Yeah, Lady Reincarnate Bimo, voiced by Nikki Yang.
Yeah, she speaks Korean, so I don't know how Jake can understand her, but yeah, she can only speak Korean.
Because he can speak it too?
Yeah, he's fluent.
Okay. Good to know. But yeah, and they tried to use a translator on her, but it didn't work that well. But at least her and Jake got to have multiple kids, so.
It was beautiful.
But what are your thoughts on Renicorn?
Well, we basically explained it. It's similar to yours. So yeah, I don't mind her like speaking another language. It's just like the heartwarming moments with Jake and the kids, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, she's an okay character. I just wish she kind of spoke English, but she's still a alright character and a great wife to Jake. I give her a 9.
Alright, and the other character she played, BMO.
And now to, BMO. Basically, the little robot buddy of Finn and Jake, what is his origin exactly?
Basically, he was made by this creator that like made like multiple BMOs, and he was like one of the few looking ones.
Interesting. And man, the fact that you have to put a VHS in for his blood, that's just wrong.
Yeah. But what was so surprising about the actor that played both Lady Raincorn and BMO is that she also played Candy from Gravity Falls.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. That's pretty dope.
And for your We Bear Bear fans out there, she played Chloe's mom in that show.
Yeah.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
That I actually did not know.
Because she's also an animator of like multiple shows. That's what I like too.
Ooh, that's interesting. But yeah, BMO, what does BMO stand for?
That's a good question. I wait.
Hold on. Yes. I mean, I guess like it says that it's abbreviated for Be More.
Be More.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, BMO, being like a little side character of Finn and Jake, kind of like the sidekick in a way. He's okay, dude. I give him a 9 out of 10.
All right. And now resuming from the character we were doing lastly, first, would you take out Lovely Space Princess?
Yeah, I mean, like, what I found fascinating about her is, it's funny how creator Pendleton Ward became her voice, giving her a little bit of a stereotypical Valley Girl type of vibe. It's just...
And when I was a kid, I thought Lumpy Space Princess was a dude because of the voice.
Huh.
You wonder why. I mean, like, of course I already knew girl because princess. I mean, come on. Like, that's just... it's a little bit off-putting now, would you think?
The voice threw me off, but what do you think about her dad's and sister?
Dad and sister? Do you mean the parents that refused to get her?
Oh, that's her mom. I always thought that was sister that was fused too.
Yeah, so basically, her parents were voiced by Tom Kenny and Maria Bamford, basically.
And who's she?
Oh, we'll get to her because she's also part of the cast. But yeah, my opinion about Lumpy Space Princess, she got attitude and she got spunk. A lot of it. That's what I like.
Awkward.
Oh my god, awkward. Oh, that kind of reminds me of one of the Cartoon Network anniversaries. Remember that?
That's why I brought it up.
Oh man, but yeah, for Lumpy, I give her a 9 out of 10.
She's a bit mixed with me because I don't know her that much, but she is very recognizable throughout the cast, so I give her an 8.
7.
Okay. Next up is one of the nicest characters we brought up earlier, Tree Chunks.
Yes. Sadly, her voice actress died a few years ago.
But hey, at least she got to play one of the nicest characters, as we said before. Yeah, just making her pies and everything. And her wedding was surprisingly, if you saw that episode.
I did not. Who was she married to, by the way?
I don't remember his name, but I know she married a pig. And he started, like, before they got married, there was an episode where they were just kissing all the time.
A pig and an elephant.
That reminds me of South Park now. Wow.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Okay, if you listen clearly, yeah, like there's early in South Park, there's season 1, episode 5 has an episode called "An Elephant Makes Love to a Pig."
Wait a minute, they better not have gotten an inspiration from that.
Of course not. I was just making a joke.
Yeah.
But could you imagine though?
Nah, it couldn't be. But what was Tree Trunks most known for is her pies. Who could forget about her pies?
Oh man, if Hugh Neutron met her, he would be astounded right now, and Judy would be so jealous.
Whoa, okay, we're not doing bestiality there.
One time I started on a banana and it was one of the best days ever.
This gay.
Yep. But for Tree Trunks, I give her a 10 out of 10.
Does she remind you of Fred Fredberger a little bit?
Are you talking about like the skin color a bit, or like how they're similar?
The skin color.
Maybe a little bit, but not all that much.
Well, she mostly reminded me of the elephant from 64 Zoo Lane, so there's that.
Oh. Okay.
Alright, who's next?
Moving on to the princess's butler, Peppermint Butler.
Yes. He is also recognizable. What are your thoughts about him?
Well, yes, he's quite the gentleman, but he surprised me a few times, especially knowing he's one of the few people to know about death. Yeah.
He's very sus.
Very sus. But I was surprised about his actor that plays him, like Steve Little.
Steve Little?
Yeah, you may know him from Flapjack and, what was it, Camp Lazlo.
Who do you play in those shows?
So, in Camp Lazlo, he plays Chip and Skip, the twins.
Oh.
And Flapjack, he plays, let me go back here, Dr. Barber.
Oh.
Yeah. But, there is a few times, with death and everything, but he does have a dark side, which you rarely see, but it's really like, wow.
Wow. Like, how dark is he?
Yeah, I don't want to explain it, because when I first saw that, I was like, damn, this little peppermint got balls. Nah.
Well, we don't know where they are, because...
there are two little peppermints down there, but we won't get Alright, but Fresh, what's your opinion?
Oh, yes, everything that you said, yeah.
Okay, so my scoring is a 10 out of 10.
Well, since you mentioned that he is dark, I would say he's a 7.
Alright, next up, one of the characters got introduced in later seasons, Flame Princess.
Yes, which I was unaware of who Jessica DeChico was, nor did I see her in the show before, but yeah, she's an alright character, and the second love interest of Finn. And, okay, yes, I get that she is hot, no pun intended. I don't know if it... But why would you date a living fire being, Finn?
Okay, because he's alright. Because like there was one scene in one episode where like his head was dipped in the lava and he took it like a man. That's why he's able to like handle it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think this was my introduction to her overall.
What, Jessica DeChico?
Yeah.
Makes sense. But yeah, Flame. Yeah. I like her design, not just a fire, but I just like it. And we'll get to her father in a little bit. He's voiced by someone very special. But what do you think about her relationship with her and Finn?
It was kind of complicated because as soon as they got along, of course, Princess Bubblegum had to get into it because even Jake confronted her about it. Because
I saw that on Instagram actually.
There are times where this boy sacrificed everything for you, but no, you always turn him down. Why do you do this to him?
I mean, Jake's right, you know. Bubblegum did, turn him down multiple times.
Yeah. But I'm saying it got complicated because of course, not just with Princess Bubblegum, it was with other stuff that you couldn't get along with.
Yeah. But yeah, I still think she's a great character. I give her a 10 out of 10.
Same here.
Yeah.
Alright, since we're on the topic of Flame Princess, let's go ahead and talk about her dad, Flame King.
Slam Daddy. Okay. Voiced by Keith David. Yes.
Yeah, this was a shocker for me because, this was before I got in love and really like Keith David as a voice actor and stuff. But yeah, he did a really good job voicing Flame King, and he doesn't really like Finn that well.
I mean, he's that typical overprotective father if you think about it.
I do remember this one scene where Jake actually took over Finn's body and made him do the "I touched him, baby" in front of the whole flame beings.
Yeah, and this was my introduction to him before knowing he was a Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, I got just how what I can just well, just hearing about the guy, like maybe President Frog and then Amphibia and stuff, but I started liking him in Mortal Kombat 11 where he spawned.
Let's see.
But yeah, all he wants is what he wants for his daughter and stuff. I don't know that much about him, but what are your other opinions?
Well, that's about it. I give him a 7 out of 10. Nothing special.
Well, 9, because, keep them.
Alright, next up. One of the best characters played by D-Ray by,
shoot.
That's alright.
Are you about to talk about that donut, dude?
He's not a donut. He's a cinnamon bun.
Oh, cinnamon bun. Motherfricker.
That's the name. That's his name.
Like, seriously, you can't miss it.
But it's okay. So you're recording, right, Fred?
Yeah, still recording.
Okay, so would you...
You're breaking up a little. You broke up a little.
Okay, would you like to talk about Cinnamon Bun?
I guess he's just used as like comic relief, just the goofball. He just always just wants obsessed with just flipping. Like it's just like a big deal. Like that's a shtick.
I remember this one episode where Bubblegum was like creating something like cheese or something. Yeah, it's mainly cheese, and she gave it to Cinnabon and she just stuck it into his chest.
Oh, you're talking about the sandwich she made for him.
Oh yeah, it was a sandwich. So yeah, he just like shoved it right into his chest there. I did not know that he was voiced by D.
D's nuts? Oh, me either, but... But I just like the voice overall of like how he uses it.
Same here.
Like Cinnamon Bun is like one of those innocent characters from the show, in my opinion.
What voice did he use for Cinnabon?
Fresh, would you demonstrate?
Okay, well, I mean, like it's kind of almost sounds like you remember that Teen Titans episode where like an alien dog, alien dog.
Okay, I get it.
And his owner, like the owner of the giant rock monster, that's the kind of voice that he used.
Alright, I got you.
Yeah. But for Cinnamon Bun, I give him a 10 out of 10. One of the best.
Agreed.
8.
Christian.
Yes.
How dare you?
How dare I what?
That is unacceptable!
I knew that was coming. But, yeah, Lemongrab, he was my main introduction to Justin Roiland before I knew of his work in Rick and Morty. And before I got introduced to him again in Gravity Falls, where he played as
Blandon.
Thank you, Fresh. But yeah, I do not get how Justin Roiland does not like lose his voice by straining his voice that much by voicing these characters so loud, especially Lemongrab.
I mean, hey, that's what it makes iconic about him. I mean, how do you think he goes with Rick and Morty all the time, yelling back and forth with 2 different voices?
But, however, of course, later on, there's a bit of content. We've been talking about this before, but I know you have, Blitz.
Yeah, go on.
So yeah, there's been a thing with Justin, but it's been like handled now. Everything's innocent with him and stuff, but of course they still replace his voice characters like Rick and Morty, and then Lemongrab in a spinoff. And in the spinoff, do you know who voices Lemongrab now in the spinoff?
No, but I know it's a woman.
What?
What?
Yeah, it's a woman now. Like, I was surprised about that. Listen, I don't want to go into the Justin Roiland situation because he was proven, like, innocent, but I'm just saying, if the guy was proven innocent, why recast his roles? Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Maybe it's already cast before he was proven innocent, I'm guessing.
Like, you already took him away from Rick and Morty, Solar Opposites, and now, like, Lemongrab, one of his iconic characters. Like, come on.
Wasn't Solar Opposites canceled, or
no, it's still going on. He got recasted by an actor named Dan Stevens, I believe.
Yeah. But yeah, Lemon Grab is not a nice man. He can punish everyone to judging for a million years. I do remember this one episode. I didn't see it, but I saw on Instagram or YouTube that 13-year-old Bubblegum and Finn were like pulling pranks on Lemon Grab since he's supposed to be like taking over the throne and like putting hot sauce in his mouth and stuff, and he's like starting like sucking on Peppermint Butler.
Yes. But yeah, this was my introduction to Justin. Second was Fish Hooks. That was a good show. Third would be
Wait a minute. He was in Fish Hooks?
Yes.
Yeah, he played Oscar. Do you know the one with the braces?
Oh, I didn't realize that it was him. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought he sounded familiar.
Yeah. But I already explained my opinion about Lemon Grab when we were talking about his episode. So for him, this is a tough one. It's around like 6 or 7 for me.
Definitely a 5 because I really don't like Lemon Grab.
You don't want to grab his lemons? Shame on you. Alright, and you first?
Well, yes, 6.
Alright, let's see here. Next up, Fresh, would you like to talk about the actor that played Billy?
Who better than freaking Lou Ferrigno, aka the Hulk? And he.
Whoa! Lou was in Adventure Time?
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, I'm so shocked to discover all these awesome people.
Yeah, this was my introduction to him before knowing he was the Hulk.
I got just him in the 90s cartoon that he's in, but boy, he did Hulk really good. And this was way before I knew about the live-action Hulk back in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've seen Lou Ferrigno a lot, and of course, not a lot of people know that he was partially deaf, but then recently he got a hearing aid, and then he was very happy that he was able to hear fully.
I saw that. He got emotional, and, it was really great for him.
Can you not blame him? I mean, because it had a lifetime of, like, being partially deaf, and now he can fully hear. That's the greatest thing he has ever been having.
I mean, yeah, but Billy as a character, yeah, he was a great warrior, very wise, Finn and Jake, but sadly, they took it away from us. Billy, he got killed.
Whoa. What? Who killed him?
Let's just say Hellboy himself.
Oh. Him.
Not them from Powerpuff Girls out there.
Shut up.
But Billy, he was truly a great hero. I gotta give him a 10 out of 10.
I'll give him 100 for Lou Ferrigno. How many episodes did he appear in before he died?
I think it was like 3 or 4, because the 4th one was his last episode when he sadly died. Ooh, and that was not really good.
Ouch. Alright, who's next?
Alright, since we mentioned Hellboy himself, Fresh, go ahead.
Yeah, the Lich, said to be one of the greatest Cartoon Network villains of all time. I like his design. Of course, Ron Perlman is awesome, and however, whatever was dealt with him is, if anyone has seen it, because I just kind of shied away. But that was the moment I was like, whoa, the show is much more darker and epic than I thought it would be.
Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to villain characters, Ron Perlman pulls it off, and this was my introduction along with Danny Phantom.
Well, my main introduction to Ron Perlman was, of course, Teen Titans 2003 as Slade.
Alright. With you, Fresh?
Yeah, Slade from Teen Titans.
But yeah, just being this powerful villain, and eventually losing in the end, and now he becomes a baby. If you saw that clip, he becomes a baby, and now is a baby to tree trunks.
Oh, that's weak.
That explains why he's a baby in a spin-off, because there's a universe where he's a baby.
Yeah.
Huh. How about that?
But truly, for Ron Perlman's performance, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, but since I heard that Well, you told me they killed that Billy character that I don't know. I'll give him A, but I still respect Ron Perlman. Who cannot disrespect Ron Perlman? He's just that awesome a voice actor.
Alright, next up. Oh my. Oh my.
George himself as the heart of Ice King.
Ricardo.
Ricardo, yeah. We basically explained what he did. So for him, what he did almost did to the princess, and when he came back, taking full control on the Ice King's body, yikes! I gotta give him a 3 at this point.
Well, yes, I agree. But for George, I 10. He's a really great guy.
Yes. All right. Next up will be the legend who sadly passed away in 2017. Yeah, Miguel Ferrero, who played Death.
Who?
Death.
No, the guy who voiced Death.
Miguel Ferrero. Other works he has done is, what do you call it? He was in Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. He played, what was it, Magister Holka.
Oh. I know who you're talking about. The guy with the iron plate inside his head.
Yes, and he was also in Spectacular Spider-Man as Silvermane.
Yeah.
Let's see here. He was in Real 2 as that big boss. What do you call it? Of course, he plays the main villain from the Mulan movie, the OG one.
Yeah, his name was Shang Yu, right? Yes.
And he was the original El Tigre.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
may he rest in peace.
In the Superman anime series, he played Weather Wizard and Aquaman.
Whoa, that I did not know.
Yes. And what do you call it? In the Teen Titans movie from 2017, he played Deathstroke.
Interesting.
Yeah. When I first saw Death in his first appearance, there was a lot to say, but for him, I give him an 8 out of 10.
Me too.
I know there's a lot to the cast, so I'm gonna shorten it. So, okay, going back to the gender bend cast. Alright, with Fiona, I was really surprised who played her.
Same here.
Yeah, the same actor that plays JoJo from JoJo's Circus.
Oh yeah, that is pretty bizarre. And she did really good. And now that we were talking about Fiona, I can mention the spin-off, Fiona and Cake on HBO Max.
That's it?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say something else afterwards, so that's why I stopped.
Wow.
But yeah, this was a shocker for me. There's going to be a alternate universe where there's a female version of Finn and Jake called Fiona and Cake. But yeah, what's your thoughts about Fiona?
Fiona. Yes.
Fiona!
Very nice character. Yeah, I did express my opinions with her and Cake when we were mentioning their episodes. But again, what shocked me, it was the whole time, they were all made up from a story that the Ice King made.
Which I did not know, but I'm glad they got their own show, even though I didn't watch it, but it's praise among fans, and it's going to get a season 2 soon.
Oh, cool. Yeah, for Fiona, I give her a 10 out of 10. It's awesome.
Same here.
Me too.
Alright, you want some cake from Ross Ryan? Because she played Cake the Cat.
Ross Ryan is really awesome. One of my introductions to her was Bubby from Flapjack.
Don't forget about Witch Hazel.
I know. I was about to bring her up. That's my second introduction.
Yeah. Again, with Fiona, I give her a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Alright, with Prince Gumball, voiced by Neil Patrick Harris.
Ooh.
Now, that was truly something. Yeah. I did like his performance as the Prince. Of course, my first introduction to him was the Smurfs movie.
Me too.
Clever chance of meatballs.
Steve! Okay. But I know that in later seasons that Neil Patrick Harris kind of took over, so it was Keith Ferguson that took over.
Oh, right.
He did a pretty good, decent job with him.
Yeah. So for both,
Neil, yeah, for both Neil and Keith, both 10 out of 10.
yeah. But let's go to the perfect performance of the Ice Cream, voiced by Gray Delisle.
Oh yeah, that is a pretty shocker. That wait, was this the only time Gray Delisle was in Adventure Time, or has she voiced someone else other than Ice Queen?
Other characters.
Yeah, she did voice other characters. But her first appearance is that the whole time when Prince Gumbo was trying to lure Fiona to his room, that she was him in disguise.
Oh, wow. Bait and tackle.
True that.
But what are your thoughts about her appearance in Fiona and Cake as an ice cream vendor?
Oh, I saw that, and I liked it actually, because again, when bringing back some actors or like recasting them, she was one of the few I could accept. So for her, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, she looks really good in Fiona and Cake. I actually like the black hair.
Speaking of black hair, we'll go to Marshall Lee.
Yep.
Voiced by Donald Glover. I think no, wait. My first introduction to him was regular show.
Oh yeah, me too.
Well, it was mainly this.
Wanna go on first?
No, like I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, man. I gotta say, him being played by a rapper and everything. Yeah, it was really cool. Especially an episode that is dedicated to him and Fiona. It was really cool. For him, I give him a 9 out of 10.
Agreed.
Well, I know there was a lot of actors, so I'm just
Oh wait, hold up. Like one more, because like you did say like you were going to discuss her, like Maria Bamford, to get some info.
Yes. So of course she played some of the princess, like Hot Dog Princess, the Wildberry Princess. What other characters were there? Oh, of course, yeah, I did mention her playing Lumpy Space Princess's mom. Let's see. Oh, the Princess's wife.
What?
Oh yeah, Christian, you did mention about the clowns from the Clown Nurses. She voiced one of them.
Oh God, help me.
Let's see here. She voiced Tree Trunks' mother. Let's see here.
Really? She had a mom in the show? I've never seen her mom.
What do you call it? First, you remember the episode where Finn had to fight that bear? Apparently, she played the mama bear.
Oh yes, she was also Bubafina, that goose or duck or whatever she was, and in the City of Freaks episode, she was also Trudy and Kim, and the witch from the episode where what was it? The Witch's Garden. Yes.
And she also played a character named the Huntress. She played her for the first couple of seasons, and it was Jenny Slate.
I wonder why they switched voice actors for Huntress.
I don't know. Alright, going forward.
But who do you prefer for Huntress?
I really don't mind anything.
About both.
Okay,
Well, since we're on the topic on Huntress, what were your thoughts about her?
You had a really good design, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah, she's alright. I did not know about her existence until I saw on Google or YouTube, but yeah, she's an interesting character.
Yeah. What do you call it? Others that we could go scroll out. You ever heard of this guy named Kent Osborne?
No.
Yeah.
You may recognize his work in Flapjack, but in this one he played Jake and Finn's dad.
Ah.
Yes. Let's see here. Another surprising one was Jeff Bennett when he plays the Choose Goose.
Yes.
I like the Choose Goose. I just love the juice. It was so funny, the voice. That's what I liked about it. Let's see here. I mean, yes, we did mention about Keith Ferguson, but do you want to mention his other character first?
Wait, other. Oh yeah. Okay, like he played characters like Dr. Donuts, Colonel Candy Corn, Candy Cane Guy, a whole bunch of others.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's also like Kristen Shaw, who was Jake Jr.
Yes, I actually saw the episode.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot she was one of Jake's kids.
Let's see, other ones that you may recognize. There was also Jim Cummings, who played a few characters. Sam Marin, the voice of Benson, Muscleman, and Pops. He played that bear that Finn fought.
Wait, are you sure? Because
yeah, that was him. Because I checked the credits right now. It is him.
Because like I remember him being like in another episode, he played some dude named Clarence, and I remember him saying, "My life is like a fart."
Oh yes. Let's see here. There was also the voice actor for Pacifica from Gravity Falls. She plays Susan Strong.
Oh, right.
I didn't know she was also in Adventure Time, but I know who Susan Strong is. I forgot what episode that Finn met her, but yeah, she was an interesting character.
It's literally in the episode called Susan Strong.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they made an episode, a name about her.
And I would like to give a shout out to, who was it? It was either Titty Gamer or Generator West who taught me this, but Jill Talley.
Yeah,
because of that couples video. It taught me that she was in Adventure Time. She played a character named Maja. It's the person that received Marceline's little stuffed animal. Yeah. Let's see here. Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Oh, Fresh, you want to talk about the characters Mark Hamill played?
Yeah. He was Fear Feaster and the dark evil guy that from the Enchiridion episode.
And let's see. And say yours for Clancy Brown.
Yeah. He was the demon cat.
Yeah. Let's see here. There's unfortunately Stephen Root, and why I say unfortunately is because he's the one that played Finn's real dad.
Yeah, and Adventure Time. Yeah. What can I say?
We also have Kevin Michelson.
Remind me who does he? Oh! Now I remember. That one guy with the jeans.
Donnie.
Thank you. I like the song that he's saying.
Hey, Fresh, can you do Donnie for us?
Surely, gotta get pants, go get your pants a button, fly. I wrote that myself.
Yeah.
But God,
Did you tell anyone else?
Let's find out.
Oh yeah, in the same episode, he played a doghouse. And let me see here. He played a Goblin Guard too, and he played a male computer voice. That's all I got. Let's see here. There was also Katie Crown, surprisingly. Let's see.
Who did Katie Crown play?
She played. Okay, so if I could get their names, there were these women in bikinis. Their hair were like water. Apparently, they were coming for have fun, basically chill with BMO. This is the episode where Finn and Jake was staying quiet and just wrote on whiteboards or something.
Interesting. I've seen those characters before, but I didn't know Katie Crown was one of them.
There was also Max Charles.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Paul Rubens.
Oh yes, Paul Rubens. Would you like to explain, Fresh?
He was like some gnome leader disguised himself as some weird guy when Finn and Jake were having this party. They were just using Finn his energy for their evil villain wherever it was they were doing.
Yes.
Was it also the one where Finn was in his pajamas and he's like, "No more pajamas," and he just rips them off?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, another surprising one was Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played a bear character named Party Pat. Let's see here. Oh, Eric Bowser. Yeah, he played that bear, who took Finn's clothes.
Bear.
Yeah. You remember that bear that took all of his clothes and pretended to be him?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see here. Matt L. Jones, that was a surprising one. Yeah, he played that mountain we were talking about earlier, the talking one that had emotions.
Interesting.
There was also Maurice LaMarche. He played the Grand Master Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And another surprising one was Dana Schneider. The Magus of Life Giving, I believe that was his name.
Yes.
Yeah. And even though he was only in the pilot, John Kassir also appeared in the show, also with Tris McNeil and Billy West. Let's see here. And what I liked about the cast that Adventure Time, that they would bring like some of the actors from The Office.
Like who?
Rainn Wilson. Let's see here. Other ones would be, oh yeah, in the same episode with Matt L. Jones, there was also Thomas L. Folsom.
Yeah, right. As the leader of those Marauder guys.
Yeah. And we got Flapjack himself, Don Von Orman, who played, what was it? The Tree Witch.
Yes. And also, like, there was also the voice of Anais from Gumball as Meow.
Yes. And
Oh yeah, I learned about that a few months ago because I saw her on YouTube and I was like, well, she sounded familiar. Then found out that was Anais. But yeah, what are your thoughts about that character?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, one of the smartest characters in the show, and, well, she can have her moments, even though she can give me some vibes of Lola Loud.
yeah.
Vibes of what?
Lola Loud, she kind of, like, gives me that vibe.
Oh, okay. I'm out of it.
Next would be Bobcat Goldthwait. Yeah. Who played Ed the Spider. Like, yeah, he kind of had a difficult relationship with his wife, who didn't know she was pregnant, but as soon as she birthed out babies, he kind of had a change of heart. Let's see here. Any other unrecognizable?
I thought it could be short on cast.
Well, I got a little carried away, so there's that.
Yeah. And there's also the fastest talker who played the keeper.
Yes, that guy. When I saw him reading the he was reading the lines of Michael Jackson's Bad. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. And he's really cool. I first got introduced to him in Transformers Animated as Blur.
Me too, and I found out that he also was the original voice of Blur in the '86 Transformers movie.
Other celebrities that I was surprised about was Magic Broderick.
Yeah.
And there was also Michael Thorne, because remember when Finn got turned into a foot, he voiced that green monster named Gork.
Oh yeah, the leader of the Freaks, who then became, of course, humanized by Magic Man. There was also Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes, as a banana character, I believe. Let's see here. There's also Jerome, Jake's brother, who was voiced by the same actor. Well, the first voice was John DiMaggio, but for all the other episodes, it was the guy who voiced Steven's dad from Steven Universe.
Nice.
Oh, I think I've learned about that. That's pretty awesome.
There was also Alan Tudyk, which was pretty cool. Oh, so speaking of babies and everything, there was also Brian Dolan Murray.
Alright, okay, so who did he...
He played Prince Huge.
Oh, well, I guess it's just been some time, but it was great to know. Oh yeah, there was also Willow Smith.
Would you like to explain?
Yeah, it was like she, along with Sean Jambrone, like they voiced these Finn and Jake type characters. Like,
oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The last episode.
Are you talking about the plant, the plant fan thing?
No. There were these characters that looked like Finn and Jake. Like, there was a little, like, a small mouse guy and a big Jake. You ever seen it?
I thought it was a cat.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. There was Dave Foley, who voiced that blue monster Jake was born out of. Let's see here. There was Fred Stroller. Oh, speaking of Fred, there was also Fred Tethershaw.
Yes, like the manly Minotaur. That's one of his many ones.
Fred, Jake. I just like that voice he provided. Let's see here. Many others that we're familiar with.
I mean, we don't have to talk about the rest of the cast.
The voice of Uncle Grandpa was also in the cast.
Okay.
There was also Rebecca Sugar.
Wait.
Rebecca Sugar and
Yeah. She voiced Marceline's mom.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And And yes, I do know there's a lot, but this was a stack-ass cast. Like, that's what I liked about the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, but kudos to the other actors that we didn't mention, but we do thank your service for the show.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now moving on to our final thoughts.
Go ahead.
Alright, so before I say my final thoughts, I forgot to mention this, but the last episode of Adventure Time, it was emotional, come on. Because at the time, a lot of good cartoons were going away. Like, this kind of reminds me of the time with the regular show ending. Like, whenever, like, a show, like, I kind of get emotional with it. I don't cry, it's just like, wow, this is a good show going away.
I understand the feeling. Just go out on a high note to remind everybody what makes it so awesome and wholesome to begin with.
Yeah, because that show's been there since your childhood, and it basically raised you from it as a child as well.
I would have enjoyed it more, but my parents they stopped watching it, and I can see why when I grew older. But I still respect it as a great show with a great cast, so I give it a 9 out of 10.
Well, yes, even though it does have its spin-offs, and with Fiona and Cake, I still love the show to this day, and yeah, I'd give it infinity because it's all about the adventures.
Yes. When people always want to stick with Cartoon Network, they will always look back at Adventure Time being like the #1 greatest show for Nickelodeon. There's no doubt about that. So I just give it like infinity. I know I kind of step away from the show, but I hope to just someday we'll just catch up with it. Cause yeah, I have watched like later episodes here and there, but well, I just really just kind of missed the feeling.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That feeling when Cartoon Network used to be in their prime, because now Cartoon Network is basically bullshit. No offense, but the last remaining show of Cartoon Network was Crick of the Creek.
Oh.
And did you hear about the movie they're doing called Craig Before the Creek?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how that goes. But yeah, I agree with you that Cartoon Network is going downhill. I do watch it time to time if Looney Tunes show is on, if I want to watch that.
Yeah. To the good old days. And first, your overall score?
Well, yeah, I did. I said infinity.
Okay. And just for the fans out there, Jake, what time is it?
It's adventure time. It's time to go bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.